Good morning or good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are. This is Jock here. This is Pest Finder Professional, and today we're going to dive into something that's really important. The the reason that you need uh, pest control reviews, you need reviews in your business, but it's difficult. They're difficult to get. How important they are is there's a difference between what type of review and how you get these reviews. And so we're gonna kind of jump into that when we come right back, all about reviews and how also we can help you with that with Pest Finder Pro and the fact that we have our own review app as well. Now, just as a quick bit of heads up, next week I've got a fantastic guest, Daniel Souter from is an entomologist from Georgia University. We're going to be talking about the invasive Asian needle ant, which is certainly here in the east side of the US. That's really important. So I'm really looking forward to having a chat with him and getting that out there. But without further ado, let's jump in straight away to the need for reviews and how you get those reviews. God bless. Welcome to the Pest Finder Professionals podcast. This is your resource for debunking marketing myths and unlocking growth in the pest control industry. Join us as we dive deep into the strategies that can propel your business forward. And we also have exclusive interviews with pest professionals and insights from entomologists and wildlife experts. Get ready to transform your approach to pest control. Okay, welcome back, guys. So, in case you probably know, reviews are absolutely so hard to get. And the reality is that it's a struggle to get reviews. No matter how much you push to get reviews, you send a link out. There's so many apps, right? Your bird eye, you've got all these, they're expensive, and so you'll send out a review request through a link. 9 times out of 10 people don't actually bother putting these reviews in. It's really hard to get these reviews, or if they do, they just put a rating in. They don't say anything about your service, they don't say anything about your staff, and then those that do kind of feel a little bit cajoled into it. They kind of feel they're pushed into it. There's a reality that people don't understand as well, that there's a difference in reviews. For you as a pest control company, getting a written review is not as powerful as it is getting a video review. That's so important. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But reviews are not really that personal because people will just often put a rating in. You send them a link, they put a rating in, and then there's so much fake reviews out there. And no matter what Google does to get rid of these reviews, and some people can put a negative, you just need a Google account. And I've seen it where some of my clients have we've had to battle kind of negative reviews from not only one or two misaligned customers that don't understand things, but then you have the potential problem where you have a competitor or a new competitor that may not actually be the pest that will go out and trash your company and give you a negative review because they think it's competitive. Now, that actually may be an SEO company that have hired abroad, right? It could be a foreign company that doesn't really care about your business. They don't have any skin in the game about your business. So the reality is they're just going to put a negative review in. Now, here's the thing: you'll say to me, "Well, Joe, we can get rid of them. We can approach Google." Yes, you can, but my God, it's a fight to get that off. It takes forever to get that off. So it's getting harder and harder to get these reviews. So passively sending out these links, it's a hit or a miss. 9 times out of 10, it doesn't actually work. So you've got to be very careful about how you do this. Now, reviews, we all know reviews matter more than ever, right? But it's the right reviews, right? If you don't have the right reviews, it doesn't matter what you do. It's not there's no trust there in it. If somebody just puts a rating, there's no trust or anything. There's no connection. And if it's just a bog standard picture or a proper review with no emotion, no feeling, no real connection, and even that person who puts has that doesn't really go for anything. So it's really difficult, right? This is why I believe and this is really important, that yes, it's good to get some Google reviews, because Google reviews have an SEO factor to it, right? We'll talk about that in a little bit. But yes, it does have an SEO factor. But the reality is that whilst that might help you locally, it's not really getting the vibe. It's not really making that emotional connection. It's not really making that trustworthy relationship. So here's my thoughts on it, ladies and gentlemen. One, and this is not real statistics. This is Jock statistics, right? And I'm just going to stick with it because I love it, right? One good quality video review is worth 500 general written, no emotion reviews, right? You can do more with one video review that you can utilize and stick it up. You know, if it's a 1 minute review, right? Stick it up on your local Google business. You can also stick that review up on your YouTube channel if you have one. If you don't have one, then I'd suggest you get one. You can also put those reviews on your website, right? You can also add those reviews into your newsletters. You can also add those reviews into all your social media, Facebook, Instagram, Reels, TikTok, right? One good quality video review, in my mind, is worth 500, even 1,000, just general written reviews. And whilst there's an SEO advantage to getting written reviews because it sends the signals to Google, it sends the signals for, you know, local maps and things like that, I still don't believe your Google My Business profile it's as powerful as just one quality video review. And that video review you can utilize on your, so that's still going to get a signal. You can also write content on, you know, your YouTube channel or whatever for, you know, where that review, where that person came from, thanking them, you know, making that connection. That immediately it builds trust. If someone sees that review and they see the video and they can connect with that person, because you can't really, if I'm looking for, say, mosquito control, right? Let's say I'm looking for mosquito control, you know, South Carolina, something like that, and I'm searching online. I see loads of great reviews, but then I get this one video review, and I'm connecting, and I look at the person. They're a homeowner, right? They've got a family, and they're on there, and they're talking about, you know, maybe the father's there, the mother's there. It might even be the granny or the granddad, whatever is there, right? Whoever comes on camera, they're going to immediately connect with you because you can see in their eyes they're being truthful. They might say something like, you know, yeah, I used XXY company and they came out for, they were great. I met XXY person. They educated me on everything about mosquitoes and the dangers about them, and goes through it. And then within 1 minute, great, you know, I recommend them. I'm going to connect with that more than ever. I'm going to connect with that more than anything. And so, whilst it's great to utilize apps and send out these links immediately that you go there and you take a picture that you've done the job and send them a link, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to do it because there's so much of it. So you've got to really kind of fight for these reviews. So, you know, getting reviews, it is a struggle. It's a real struggle. But it's worth you working hard to get that video review. That one video review, as I told you, it's just imagine you've got 1,000 reviews on your profile, but you've got 3 to 5 really good quality video reviews that you can use time and time and time and time again. And now the process to do it is you've got to make it easy. And you've also got to work at it, guys. You can't just say, I'm going to send you a link, send me out a video review, right? Here's what you've got to do. You've got to think about, can I incentivize them a bit more, right? Don't just say something like, you know what, I'm going to give you 10% off your next treatment. How you know, you could incentivize them another way. Maybe I'm going to give you a free treatment, an extra treatment, something like that. Maybe you're going to say, you know what, if you give us a video review, you know, we'll discount your service for the next 2 months by a decent amount, you know, just maybe by 20% or something, instead of, I've seen companies will say, Nobody in the right mind is going to do that, right? You're going to write a video and get 10% off. 10% nothing. But maybe there's another way that you can incentivize them. You could say, look, I'm gonna do this, right? You give us a really good quality video review. I'll give you an extra service, just a one-time service, right? It might be it's a mosquito package, right? But then you might think, well, that's costing me more money and everything else. It doesn't matter, because the reality is, yes, you're going to invest a little bit of time getting that review. You're going to invest a little bit of work to connect with them to make sure they give you that review, but you're giving them something in return. And whilst that may cost you a little bit more money, that video review could bring you 3 or 4 new clients in. Boom, you've already, that's a great investment. That's better than a Google ad, right? That's much better. I would work so hard at getting video reviews than spending so much more on Google ads, where people are shopping and you're paying for the clicks and paying for the phone calls at ridiculous amounts. But those working hard to get those video reviews, it's a killer strategy, review strategy. It's absolutely fantastic for your business, but it needs somebody in your office to work at it, to really give them something. And while you're giving them maybe an extra service, maybe it's a service they don't have, right? Maybe you do something like, all right, we'll give you a carpenter bee service, or we'll put a rodent, something that you can give them that's tangible, right? You might even say to them, you give me this video review, I will give you $100 or $50 of an Amazon card that you can buy your children a gift with, right? And you immediately get that video review, you send them out an Amazon card. That's more valuable to them than you saying you're going to get 10% off your next monthly thing. And it makes it something more, it's incentivizing them a lot more, right? So they may like, oh, I've been looking for a new toaster. Oh, that's fine. I'll just get that Amazon card. I'm just taking something out of and just an easy context that you can use. You might find that, I will give you a discount card to Ruth Chris Steakhouse, right? It is worth you doing that, because let's face it, the leads that you're getting then from maybe your advertising on Google, I've seen it as high as $100 just to get a call coming in. Local service ads are really expensive. It's going crazy with the cost for advertising. So that little bit of incentivization to say, here's a gift card of some reason, or here's an extra service that you can get. Your client might even love that service and say, you know what, Jim, add that onto my service. You know what, Rob, just add that onto my, I love that. This is really good, right? It could be that you put them into some kind of sweepstakes or something to even win a trip away or whatever it is. Give, right? There's loads of ways of doing it. And maybe what we need to do is do maybe another lesson, or maybe another and the different types of things you can incentivize them with. There's probably loads of ways that you can do it. It might even be the local area that you give them, which is a fantastic, because obviously I love photography. I'm a photographer, so it would be great if you say, you know what, we use this guy as our photographer. I'm going to give you a discount coupon to have a mini session with them. You know what? And you might even do that with you say, you recommend 3 people to me, and this is going to be another video, but I'll give you this. But we're talking video reviews here and how important they are, and how you really need to push for them. So it's great to have an app that you can use, Bird Eye and various other apps that you use, and some of these pest softwares that you use for Roots and Gorilla software. But these cost a lot. Now, luckily in Pest Finder Pro, when you are a yearly member with us, which is only a few $100s a year, we give you access to your own reviews app, and you can send out video links and everything else. And you can also still send out those links to get those written reviews. But what I want you to think about, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, the video reviews are the hardest, but the best to get, and it takes a little bit of work to do it. So get those video reviews. Utilize our app. If you're a member, utilize our app to request your video review, to request it. Here's the other thing that you can do with a video, and this is fantastic. I've done this before, and it works brilliant. Is when you're on the job, you can, people will say, oh, I'm not ready yet, I don't like on video, but they'll jump on TikTok, do a funny TikTok dance or something, or they'll jump on the Facebook, they'll do a reel. So you could say, you know what, I'm here, would you mind giving us a quick video review? And it's almost like you can like being on a podcast with them, you can say, do you mind? And if you're having fun with the person and you get your video up, you can't see this if you're listening on the podcast, but if you're on YouTube, you can see this. I'm holding the kind of video up and you've got them there and you say, hey, this is Mary. We've just done a termite treatment in their house. How did you find the service, Mary? And she said, oh yeah, great. So you're on video with them. There you've got a video review, right? And then you can say, thanks for that, Mary. And then you can say, you know what? You don't incentivize them at the beginning. You get them to agree. You have fun with them. You get them to agree. And then you get that video review and say, you know what, thanks for doing that. I'm going to give you a discount on your next service just for doing that for me, right? Utilize incentivize that strategy sparingly. Like, use your discernment on should I push that in that intent to incentivize it because I know they might not do it on camera, get them on video. They're kind of drawing, they would want something for free. Or maybe you're just having fun, you have a great relationship with the person and you don't need to incentivize them. You have a bit of fun with them, professional, boom. You have got a phenomenal video review that is going to just be better than any ad and probably get you more referrals naturally than anything else. So, guys, just to finish off, quick one today because I really, really want to push this. Video reviews are better than anything you can get. It takes a little bit of work. Get your guys that are out on the ground to understand, to have good phones and be able to do that on the ground, or start a program where you incentivize your reviews on different ways. I would giving them a gift card, giving them an experience, that kind of thing. Or giving them a discount. There's so many ways to do this that it makes sense. And just have in your mind, yes, I might work a little bit harder to get that video review, but it's going to be better than any ad that's out there for me. I'm not going to be paying through the nose for leads that might not convert, but these video reviews could bring me new customers time and time again. And you can utilize them time and time again. And that video review is there for you forevermore to use. Make sure that you also get permission from the person and you also get permission from them to utilize that video review for your promotion as well. Yes, guys, I know you're going to come back to me. Yes, you're going to tell me it's really hard to get them, but it's worth it. It is worth the work. It's other people see how your customers sticking with it and pushing for it and creating that connection, building that relationship and letting on video. That's gold. Guys, that is gold. Go out and do it. So if you've got any questions, please reach out to me. If you're not a member of Pest Finder Pro, then please join Pest Finder Pro. It's a few $100s a year, but it will get you. And we set you up as well. We actually set you up. You can get a lifetime membership, but the lifetime membership will not give you access to the our own pest reviews app because there's a lot of costs involved with that. But you would get a very, very low cost discount if you wanted that app. If you just pay the few $100s a year, you're going to get access to that app, which is going to save you $100 a month or more anyway, as opposed to some of the other competitors out there. And we will help you and work with you and help you to strategize everything and set how to do your reviews, how to approach it. So if you need help on how to approach getting these reviews, developing the strategy to get these video reviews, then, reach out to us, let me work with you and we can do that. Now, as a quick reminder, Daniel Suter is going to be with me. Actually, we're going to be recording within the next couple of hours today. And then obviously it has to go to editorial and stuff like that. But I'm really excited. So we're not talking marketing this time. We're talking Asian needle ant. Can't wait. It's it's an ant that is devastatingly is deadly actually. So a new stinging invasive ant that is now in eastern US. And so that's something that I'm looking forward to chatting with Daniel about. And that's going to come up next week, and we'll be releasing that next week. So if you've got any questions, reach out to us, pestfinderpro.com, or you can reach out to me personally at Content Amplified. But reach out pestfinderpro.com and we'll connect with you and we'll help you. And if you're one of our members, then drop us a message. We want to help you set up this video review strategy for you. God bless. Thanks for tuning in to the Pest Finder Professionals podcast. Don't forget to subscribe for more expert tips and strategies to elevate your pest control business. Join us at pestfinderpro.com and access exclusive features to dominate your market. Until next time, keep thriving and exterminating.